Dara, the judge will go for bail if you petition him. Look, even assistant district attorneys are allowed to change their minds.
Well, I'm not sure I want to change my mind.
I mean, seeing Laura Spencer and those two kids this morning did nothing to move that cold prosecutorial heart of yours?
Well, to be honest, it tore me apart. That sweet little baby can't even comprehend why her mommy can't even touch her.
Well, I rest my case.
But it's not as simple as that. Now, I may feel bad for the kids, but I still believe Laura is guilty. Otherwise, I wouldn't be prosecuting her.
And I'm going to do whatever I can to prove you wrong, one way or another. But in the meantime, there's no sense in putting a woman at risk for her sanity, possibly her life, and breaking up a family to boot.
Well, you know why. My reasons have not changed.
Dara, the woman is not going anywhere. This is her home. This is her community. Her son goes to school. Her husband has a business here.
Yes, we've been all through this. Now, maybe I'd consider it if I could hold the husband in custody as security for the wife.
Well, that's a very interesting concept of habeas corpus. Let's get back to these kids. Now, their mother has not been proven guilty of committing any crime, so why should these kids be punished? Because the assistant district attorney doesn't like reversing herself?
Well, that is part of it. I mean, this could be interpreted as a sign of weakness, and I don't want the judge thinking that I have some doubts about my case.
There's nothing weak about compassion, Dara. Look, do me a favor. Talk to the new police commissioner. Mac will vouch for Laura. Then I want you to think about these kids and the fact that they need their mother. Reconsider what we're talking about. I think that you'll sleep a lot better at night.
I sleep just fine now, counselor. Justice is pushing really hard to get his client released on bail.
Well, he has a point. Laura Spencer isn't someone you lock up and throw away the key.
Tell it to the judge.
I was hoping you'd do that.
Oh. It appears I'm not the only one defense counsel's been working. We're supposed to be on the same side, Commissioner.
I'm sure we are. The side of justice.
I considered Laura's history very, very, very carefully before I made my recommendation. And to be honest with you, I was surprised when the judge granted my motion to deny bail. But I have heard absolutely nothing to refute my original argument. So given the Spencers' past MO, I am still not convinced that they will not run.
I will put my job on the line and guarantee that they won't run.
Your job is a good reason not to argue for her release. The last commissioner had to leave in disgrace. Everybody is very hopeful for reform with your new appointment. But how's it gonna look if the first thing you do is to show leniency to a murderer who just happens to be a friend of yours?
Let me worry about how I look and how I run my department. And Laura Spencer is not a murderer until a jury convicts her, and I doubt they will.
Well, I hope you don't plan to make a statement like that to the press. The police and the DA's office are supposed to work together.
I agree wholeheartedly. That's my goal. So, to start us off on the right foot, I suggest you petition the judge to set bail.
You were right about Mac. He made a good case for petitioning the court on the bail issue.
So we're all on the same page?
Not quite. I still have my doubts.
Enough to keep you from doing the right thing?
You sure are sure of yourself.
When it comes to this, I am. I really am.
If I decide to go with you on this one point, don't think that I'm softening up.
I promise you, the thought never crossed my mind.
And once I get in that courtroom, I'm going after Laura with everything I've got.
And I wouldn't expect you to do anything less. Just, I would hate to see Laura literally mauled while in jail. And of course, if I bring her in front of the jury covered in bruises, well, that just plays to the jury's sympathy.
Thank you for looking out for my best interests, as well as your clients.
Well, you're very welcome. So I take it that the forces of good have prevailed?
Mac and Justus are leaning hard on the assistant DA's office to try and get him to squeeze his honor into setting bail. With any luck, he'll give in and we'll get you out of here.
Oh, boy. I wonder how much it'll be if he agrees.
It doesn't matter, baby. Whatever it is, we'll get it.
Be nice to be home by Mother's Day.
Yeah, slice of heaven. Once we get you sprung, we won't have a lot of time to just sit around.
No, I mean, we'll be very busy working on my defense with Justus.
Yeah, there's that. There's also some heavy-duty decisions to make. Starting with, how badly do you want to stay in this town?
Hi.
Thank God it's only you.
Expecting trouble?
Well, I wouldn't rule it out. No offense, but I wish you wouldn't visit me. It's not good for my health.
I heard. Some of the inmates been giving you a hard time.
Yeah, and that was before they suspected me of being a snitch for the police commissioner.
I'm sorry. But listen, you don't have to worry about it. I'm having you transferred out of general population tomorrow. That way we can isolate you and keep an eye on you.
I appreciate that, but getting me out of here altogether, that would be progress.
We're working on it. As we speak, the DA is making a decision about whether to reconsider and recommend bail.
Do you know how hard it is to sit by passively while other people make decisions that control your life? I can't do it. I want to talk for myself, all right? Can you please ask Dara Jensen if she would see me?
I have been police commissioner for all of 20 minutes now. And I've already looked the DA straight in the eye and sworn on my reputation that you're not a flight risk. Now, I can't pull a new string for you every day.
I'm not asking you to. I understand what a difficult position you're in. I mean, no matter what you think of me as Damien's murderer, as in your capacity as the police commissioner, you have to give the state's case real merit. But if I haven't told you how grateful I am before now, I should have. It's just that I'm supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Nobody's done that yet. And until they have, it is wrong to keep me away from my kids.
Can you convince Dara Jensen of that?
I can try. What have I got to lose?
You know, what you're asking is highly irregular and borderline inappropriate. Have you talked to Justus?
I'm participating in my own defense now. Please make the call. Laura?
Bobby?
Surprise. Yeah, you could say that.
It's all right, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'm grateful for the company. I just wish that I could offer you something to drink.
I wish I could get you out of here.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
I count 5. I saw looking at kids after they left you here, and I understand it was pretty upsetting all the way around.
Yeah, it was awful. I miss my kids so much that it hurts to see my precious little baby girl start to cry and not be able to hold her. I think that letting Lucky and Lulu see me in prison is worse than them not seeing their mother at all. Is that a terrible way for a mother to feel?
Oh, of course not. I completely understand.
You do?
Well, yeah.
That's really bizarre.
Oh, you mean the fact that you and I could even remotely begin to understand each other?
Well, I wouldn't have put money on it.
Yeah, well. Hey, you know, whatever differences we've had, we're still family. That's why I wanted to bring you this.
Oh, look at that face.
I hope that it'll help anchor you when the going gets rough.
Yeah. They took my wallet and all my pictures when they locked me up, and you have no idea what this means to me. Thank you.
Sorry about the pictures. I didn't know about that. I'll bring you one of Lucky next time. Laura, I want to talk to you about something. I'm a little worried about Luke.
Worried? Why?
Well, he's been so angry. You know, when he's walking around, he's got that look in his eyes that he gets when he's about to blow.
Frankly, I'm afraid he's gonna do something really foolish.
Like what?
I don't know. Like maybe try to break you out of here and take off. Or maybe go a step further than he should in trying to find out who Damien's killer is. Frankly, I don't know what he's capable of these days.
At least we know who killed Damien.
That's good. When in doubt, blame Ryan.
Can we not talk about Ryan? He's not my favorite subject.
Sorry.
You said you didn't buy Laura as the murderer. Who gets your vote?
What are you trying to say, Bobby?
I think Luke needs grounding. And nobody can do that except for you. Which may sound kind of funny, seeing as you're the one locked up in here, but he loves you so much, Laura. He'd risk anything for you. And that's great. I mean, I'm all for true love. I would just hate to see him compromise the kid's future to rescue you yet again.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But you know something? If Luke's out there shaking a few bushes trying to find Damien's real murderer, it's only because nobody else around here can seem to be bothered. Even though there are at least, I don't know, half a dozen good citizens right here in Port Charles who look as good for this murder as I do. In some cases, even better.
Like mine, for instance.
I believe you wanted to see me.
Yes, very much.
Well, never let it be said that I don't know how to take a cue when I hear one. Give some thought to what I said, okay?
Thank you so much for coming by. I can only imagine how busy you must be.
I don't like to refuse a direct request from the police commissioner unless it's absolutely necessary. You have quite a fan club, Mrs. Spencer. Commissioner Scorpio, Councilman Ward.
I won't impose on much of your time. I understand that your conscience hasn't allowed you to support a bail petition from me because of the possibility that I might be a flight risk. And I'd like to address your concerns directly. Ms. Jensen, let me ask you something. Are you the same person you were, say, 10, 15 years ago?
No, of course not.
Well, neither am I. I mean, back then, if I felt threatened, you're right. I was history. Back then, it was me and my husband against the world. I don't regret what I did to survive. And I won't apologize for it either, but things are different now. I'm the mother of 2. My daughter is just a baby. The only place that I want to run is home. I want to be with my family.
I saw you with your children yesterday. It touched me. But I cannot be ruled by my heart. I'm sorry if this question sounds blunt, but isn't it true that your son spent the first decade of his life on the run with you?
Yes. And it took such a toll on him, I swore that I would never put him in that position again. And as far as my daughter is concerned, it is absolutely inconceivable. My children have roots in this community. They're surrounded by family and friends. You know, and with the exception of what I can't predict, they wake up every single morning secure in the knowledge that the people they love are still there. This is what I want for my kids. The freedom to be kids. I value that freedom more than my own. I'm telling you, I won't run.
I will take it under consideration.